Number 10. K-152 Nerpa. The K-152 Nerpa is a nuclear-powered Soviet-built attack submarine. Construction began during the early 90s but was ground to a halt due to a lack of funding. The Indian Navy sponsored the remainder of the project in exchange for a 10-year lease, and construction resumed. During sea trials in 2008, a faulty fire lighting system activated inside the vessel, releasing a poisonous fire suppressant into the cabin. 20 people tragically perished and 21 were injured from inhaling Freon gas as the dangerous substance depleted the vehicle of its oxygen supply. Sadly, the submarine's portable breathing gear failed to save lives, but the reason why is still unclear. In the disaster's initial aftermath, officials also claimed that they didn't know what had set off the emergency system. Authorities accused the captain of the vessel, Dmitry Lavintriev, and engineer Dmitry Grabov of causing death by negligence. The men maintained their innocence and were finally cleared of the charges in 2012 after undergoing 2 criminal trials. The K-152 Nerpa incident was Russia's worst submarine disaster since 2000. Development of the vehicle nevertheless continued, and in 2011 the 10-year contract with the Indian Navy went into effect. In 2017, the vessel was damaged while entering a harbor. Repairs came at a hefty price tag of $20 million. It's uncertain whether the submarine is still being used today, but for the most part it seems to have served its purpose as a durable and sophisticated piece of maritime technology. Number 9. Cold Weather All-Terrain Vehicle. It's difficult to design a vehicle that's tough enough to withstand the brutally cold and inhospitable Arctic region, which stretches for thousands of miles. But as climate change accelerates glacial melting and warms the environment, it's becoming increasingly important for militaries to prepare for the prospect of Arctic warfare. Both the US and Russia have started developing vehicles that can handle the extreme conditions and have also begun training soldiers for combat in this type of environment. Last April, the US Army announced that it had chosen 2 prototype vehicles to undergo trials for its Cold Weather All-Terrain Vehicle (CATV) project. The machine is meant to travel through snow with ease and will be used in training exercises north of the Arctic Circle. Oshkosh Defense and ST Engineering have teamed up to compete against BAE Systems for the contract, with calls for the production of 163 CATVs. The vehicle will replace the tracked personnel carrier known as the Small Unit Support Vehicle (SUSV), which the U.S. Army and Marine Corps have used since the 1980s. If everything goes according to plan, the CATV will enter service by 2023. The 2 prototypes are amphibious and can carry up to 9 soldiers. They're built to withstand temperatures as low as -50 degrees Fahrenheit. Both vehicles made it through the first round of tests and have proceeded on to the next round of testing. The Army will choose a winner around the end of June. Number 8. CGC Healy. Commissioned in 1999, the Healy is the U.S. Coast Guard's largest and most technically advanced icebreaker. She made history in September 2015 as the first unaccompanied American surface vessel to reach the North Pole. As an optimally manned ship, Healy can safely navigate with a minimum number of personnel. In addition to chopping through ice, the vessel was designed for conducting a vast array of research activities. It can accommodate up to 50 scientists and is equipped with over 4,200 square feet of laboratory space. In addition to its other achievements, Healy was the first vessel to broadcast a live feed from icebound Arctic waters. But the vessel's work is not limited to academic research. In early 2012, she escorted a tanker loaded with fuel to Nome, Alaska through exceptionally brutal conditions. Healy has also traveled to Antarctica to participate in McMurdo Station's annual resupply mission. Number 7. Bandvagn 206. Development on the Bandvagn 206 all-terrain carrier began in 1974. Also known as the Small Unit Support Vehicle (SUSV), it was designed for the Swedish Army, with the purpose of carrying troops and equipment through the country's snowy and boggy northern region. Thanks to its low ground pressure and other innovative features, the amphibious vehicle can handle a variety of challenging conditions. More than 37 countries have invested in the vehicle for their own militaries and other government agencies, including the United States, Britain, Brazil, Finland, Iceland, Greece, Singapore, Australia, and Canada, just to name a few. Over 11,000 have been produced. The BV-206 saw warfare under the Canadian Army in 2002 during a clandestine mission to destroy Taliban and Al-Qaeda forces known as Operation Anaconda. In addition to functioning as a combat vehicle, the SUSV is used for firefighting, search and rescue operations, and by Antarctic research teams. It's also a hit among private owners who are known to buy and rent decommissioned units. The vehicle is especially popular in Alberta, Canada, where it's used for reforestation projects and to access remote oil wells. Number 6. Norwegian Border Patrol Snowmobiles. Patrolling the 122-mile border with Russia is a tough job for Norwegian guards who encounter mountains, rivers, wetlands, and freezing cold temperatures that often come with a lot of snow. The area is a priority when it comes to national security, calling for the best equipment available. In 2018, the country's military delivered 100 new snowmobiles to the agents tasked with keeping Norway's northernmost border safe. The delivery came as part of a major investment in new vehicles for the Guards, who also received 100 new ATVs for the snow-free season. Built by the Canadian company BRP, the Lynx Commander 800R E-Tech Army is a powerful snowmobile that authorities hoped would improve the Guards' mobility in their challenging work environment. The shipment, which replaced the agency's 10-year-old fleet, came as good news to the 600 men and women who work along this remote section of the border. Most of the workers are conscript soldiers. Their leader, Lieutenant Colonel Jorn Kviller, described Norway's Schengen border as stable and calm. Illegal crossings are rare, and he said that he wanted to keep it that way. Around the time that the new snowmobiles arrived, Kviller was working on beefing up the border's manpower with the addition of 150 new guards. He told the independent Barents Observer that the relationship between his guards and the Russian border patrol agents that worked on the other side of the international line was based on respect. Kviller also said that the Russians used similar equipment to the Norwegians, including snowmobiles. Do you think the conflict with Russia will have any effect on the Norwegian border patrol? Let us know in the comments below and hit that subscribe button while you're at it. Number 5. Over snow reconnaissance vehicles. The Mountain Leaders are an elite division of the British Royal Marine Surveillance and Reconnaissance Squadron, SRS. They are experts when it comes to battling in some of the most extreme environments, including the Arctic, where they have to know how to survive in life-threatening cold while continuing their normal combat duties. To prepare for these challenges, Mountain Leaders train in harsh climates above the Arctic Circle, where they participate in drills reflecting situations they could face in real life. Earlier this year, they traveled to Troms County in northern Norway for an annual cold weather training program called Exercise Cold Response. The Mountain Leaders were among 35,000 troops from 28 countries that participated in the exercise. They kicked off the event with a series of live fire exercises, which involve using military snowmobiles to speed through the snow and operate as quickly and efficiently as possible, as if they were really under enemy fire. The SRS uses a modified version of the Bombardier Lynx GLX 5900 FCE snowmobile. Anyone who's ridden one of these vehicles knows that they can also be incredibly fun, and it certainly looked like the Marines were enjoying themselves in photos that were captured during the training. But these military snowmobiles are used for carrying out important missions. To the troops using them, they're not simply a recreational toy, but an integral and potentially life-saving component of cold weather military operations. Number 4. Small Unit Support Vehicles. During the early 1980s, the U.S. military introduced the Small Unit Support Vehicle, SUSV, an all-terrain machine that consists of 2 tracked pods that are hitched together. It has low ground pressure thanks to its wide tracks, enabling it to travel over the snow with ease. The SUSV is also somewhat amphibious and can travel through marshes and other watery terrain. These niche vehicles are used by the American Army, Marine Corps, and National Guard. Most of them are unarmed. As a non-combat vehicle, the SUSV is mostly used for transporting troops. It can carry around 17 people at a time. The front compartment holds up to 6 passengers, while the back holds up to 11. It's unclear how many of these aging vehicles are still in service. Experts estimate that a few dozen are probably being used. But they're getting old, begging the question of whether to develop a new small unit support vehicle. The U.S. Army has called on defense industry experts to design a general-purpose 10-person vehicle that can function as an ambulance and a cargo vehicle. It has released its specifications, which require the machine to be able to move efficiently over otherwise impassable terrain like ice, snow, and the extreme cold. The chosen bidder will receive a contract to produce 85 of its prototype. Several companies have submitted prototype designs, including BAE Systems, which proposed the development of an amphibious vehicle that can operate both in the water and on almost any kind of terrain. ST Engineering is also vying for the contract with its Bronco 3 all-terrain vehicle, which is also amphibious. It was originally developed for the Singapore Army and has also been used by the British military. Number 3. TTM-4902 Ruslan. Originally developed as a commercial off-roading vehicle for servicing oil pipelines in the Russian Arctic, the Ruslan all-terrain vehicle caught the attention of the Russian military with its impressive capabilities. Some adjustments were made, resulting in the creation of the TTM-4902 military model in 2016. The vehicle can carry 22 people, including the driver, and consists of 2 pods. There's room for a driver and 5 passengers in the front pod, and the rear unit can carry up to 16 passengers. The seats can be converted to sleeper berths, which can accommodate 2 people in the front pod and 6 in the back. In addition to its ability to navigate across difficult terrain, the TTM-4902 is amphibious. It moves at speeds of up to 29 miles per hour on the road and 5 miles per hour in the water. Despite its many selling points, the vehicle has some limitations. The military version isn't much different from the civilian version, indicating that it lacks additional protective armor or a more powerful engine. Russia's decision to invest in the TTM-4902 came as more and more countries started to turn their attention toward the Arctic in recent years. As climate change accelerates the melting of ice in the polar regions, the possibility of new shipping routes and other shortcuts opening up across the Arctic is becoming more realistic and perhaps even likely. The Russian military has stepped up its presence in the region and even placed the country's flag at the North Pole, letting the rest of the world know that they're not leaving anytime soon. Number 2. DT-30 Vitiaz. Developed during the 1970s by the Soviet Union, the Vitiaz DT-30 is a multi-purpose articulated tracked carrier, meaning it consists of two connected cars that each have their own track. It was built for carrying heavy loads across challenging off-road terrain and in extreme weather, including snow and freezing temperatures. The vehicle first entered service in 1982 and is still being used all throughout Russia today, which is a testament to its durability. It's also used in the Arctic and in Antarctica. Many of the country's oil and gas pipeline personnel rely on the Vitiaz to get them to and from their work sites. It also comes in handy for geologists and other scientists who study remote regions throughout Russia that are hard to reach by conventional means. Search and rescue missions use the vehicle to get food, medicine, medical providers, equipment, and other necessities to places in dire need of help. The Vitiaz is also called into service in situations involving human or animal evacuations. The Russian military is using the vehicle in its ongoing invasion into Ukraine. In mid-March, photos of a damaged DT-30 appeared in the news along with claims that Ukrainian soldiers destroyed it during a raid in the country's Kharkiv region. At least 2 other DT-30s have been captured, including one that was heavily damaged. Number 1. High Mobility Multi-Purpose Wheeled Vehicles, HMMWV. Famously known as the Humvee, the High Mobility Multi-Purpose Wheeled Vehicle is a family of lightweight, diesel-powered, 4-wheel drive military trucks and utility vehicles. It's mainly used by the U.S. military, but is popular in other countries and among civilian owners. The Humvee first saw combat in 1989 when the U.S. invaded Panama as part of a mission codenamed Operation Just Cause. It was also used during the 1991 Gulf War and came in handy for navigating the treacherous desert terrain. But this versatile vehicle is well equipped for a variety of extreme conditions, including snow, ice, and unforgiving cold. In fact, many Humvees are equipped with features for combating severe winter weather, including special tires that are designed for driving in severe snow and on ice. Speaking with the official U.S. Army website, Chief Warrant Officer Jason McDonnell explained that he tried to get a new state-of-the-art tire to fail, but was unsuccessful in his attempts. He said that the tires only slid when he applied extreme pressure on the brakes. The Humvee's ability to traverse frigid environments with ease is a testament to their versatility and the ability to fit them for almost any type of weather. Thanks for watching. Which one of these military vehicles impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time for another amazing video right here on American Eye.